Day, my mom was still dead, and my fake boyfriend was now accusing one of my brothers of her murder. How did that not amount to heartbreak of the worst kind? "This is fucking crazy," Kendall said, pushing past my grandma, who looked like she was 2 seconds away from passing out on her girlfriend. "We're standing here dressed like fucking Clue characters, talking about Archie like he could hurt a fly, much less our own mother. Do you see how ridiculous that sounds?" Eric took out his phone, opening it to a video that took up his entire screen. "What is that?" Archie asked, trying to snatch the phone from Eric's hand, but proving to be too slow. "It's proof of your involvement in Amelia's death." The room fell into a pit of silence and dread. Eric turned to me, that teddy bear look of his twisted in pain. "Do you want to stay here for this?" he asked me. I nodded, unable to speak. Eric pressed play, and the sounds of my mom being strangled to death filled the room, making me regret my decision to stay, along with every single fucking decision in my life that had led me up to this nightmare come true. 2. Colton Cooper. 3 weeks earlier. A mug fell to the floor, shattering in thick chunks of porcelain. "Oh, crap, sorry," the student said as she adjusted her backpack. The barista came around the counter with a smile and a hand broom, telling her not to worry about it as he swept up the mess. The coffee shop was starting to fill up with people now that the university classes had let out, and the kids were filing in for their shots of espressos and macchiatos that would help them get through whatever studying or exams they had coming up. I rarely came around this side of town, but it was my sister's favorite spot, and I could never say no to her. Since we were tiny kids barreling through the house, being chased by our 4 other brothers, she was always my best friend, my buddy, the one that had my back, and I had hers. So, if she wanted to come to this trendy little spot to talk about our mother's suspicious death before we flew out to our annual family retreat, then so be it. I'd entertain her. "What'd you get?" she asked, swirling her cup of mostly sugar and a dash of coffee. Ice clinked inside, her lips shining around the straw as she took a sip. "Just a regular coffee, 2 sugars." "You're sick. A sick, sick man. I don't know how you can drink that motor oil." "Jen, it's really not that bad. And it won't throw me into a diabetic coma like your bucket of whipped cream and cinnamon." "You know me. I love coffee. I just also hate coffee. I'm complicated like that." I shook my head, smiling. A group of backpack-carrying kids dropped into the bean bags next to our table, their bags unzipping and their laughter and chatter filling the air. "Are you all packed?" Jen asked. "We've still got 2 weeks before we leave. Of course I'm not packed. Are you?" "We have 2 weeks left before we leave. Of course I'm packed. Do you understand the logistics it takes to make all this happen?" She threw her curly black locks over her shoulder and winked. I rolled my eyes, although I couldn't deny that my buzz cut and very anemic skincare routine paled in comparison to the regimen Jen went through each day. "I also have a lot of mental preparation to undergo for the shit show that's waiting for us, so the less I have to worry about before the trip, the better." I huffed out a breath. Shit show is an understatement. "It's going to be the first time we're all together since it happened." I know. "Have you talked to Matt, Archie, Kendall?" "All siblings, none of them as close to me as Jen. Only through text and nothing important. They all seem to be just fine, judging by their social media posts, but we all know that filtered smiles can only go so far." "Yeah, it's all bullshit. Archie hates his wife, Matt hates his job, Kendall hates herself, and I hate all of them. Crazy how that works, huh?" "You know who didn't hate them? Mom." "Not true. Did you already forget her blowing up on Archie for marrying someone she thought would ruin the family name she worked so hard to build up?" "Yeah, but they got over that, and Archie turned into her favorite kid." Jen shot me a skeptical look. "And yet Archie wasn't even at her funeral. What a joke." "He didn't even have a good excuse." "Nope. Then again, neither did Matt. He was off backpacking through Thailand. At least he sent flowers, though." "Orchids. Mom hated orchids. She loved lavender."